Javana Charimunati Yamunati Ravana Charimunati Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradari Sodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Yasodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Munati Jamuna Tira Vanachari Munati Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Jayam Vishnupada. Prabhupada Paramahansa Prabhujakacharya. His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Anantakota Vaishnavanda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavandam ki jai. Shri Maya Purnavidam ki jai. Gangamaya ki jai. Jamunamaya ki jai. Tulsi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Swami Veda Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Go Pemanandi. All glory to some of the devotees, all glory to some of the devotees, all glory to some of the devotees, all glory, Shishi Guru and Shri Gauranga. Can I have a Bhagavad Gita? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're going to read from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. I think most of you have heard of this book. A little familiar, right? So this is from the 18th chapter, for those of you who have devices. 18th chapter, text number 54. Many of you may know this verse, even without your devices. It's a famous verse. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Asochati Nakangsati Samasarvesu Bhutesu Mad Bhaktin Lavate Param. Brahma Bhuta, being one with the Absolute. Prasanatma, fully joyful. Na, never. Sochiti, laments. Na, never. Kangsati, desires. Sama, equally disposed. Sarvesu, to all. Bhuteshu, living entities. Mad Bhaktim, my devotional service. Lavate, gains. Param, transcendental. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service to me. Purport. To the impersonalist, achieving the Brahman or Brahma Bhuta stage, becoming one with the Absolute, is the last word. But for the personalist or pure devotee, one has to go still further to become engaged in pure devotional service. This means that one who is engaged in pure devotional service to the Supreme Lord is already in a state of liberation called Brahma Bhuta, oneness with the Absolute. Without being one with the Supreme, the Absolute, one cannot render service unto Him. Now one may say, wait, now, because Prabhupada's mentioning becoming one with the Supreme. One cannot become one with the Supreme. Let's repeat that sentence. Without being one with the Supreme, the Absolute, one cannot render service unto Him. So what does that mean, becoming one? Generally, the oneness means we're merging into the body of the Lord. But we could become one with Krishna in desire. That's our oneness with Krishna. As devotees, we become one with Krishna in desire. It's like here it says in the translation that one becomes free of desire. But that's material desire. We're trying to become free of material desire. There's spiritual desire, there's material desire. But material desires keeps us bound to the material world. And spiritual desire frees us from the material world. So there's some desires we should let go. Apoyamanam machalapatishtam samudamapam papasanti yadvat tadvat kamayam papasanti sarve sasantim abnoti nakama kami. When it is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires which enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but which is always steady, alone achieves peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy such desires. You know, I think some of these little babies are going to find this lecture to be very boring. Is there a place where we can take that beautiful little toddler? So many desires will come. This is a nice example given. Just like the ocean, there's so many rivers. Who knows, what is the biggest river? What is the biggest river in the world? The Nile, that's the longest. What is the biggest? Huh? Amazon, yes. Yeah, the rainforest in Brazil, that river is so big. There's some places where it's so big, you can't see the other side of the river. You can't see the bank of the other side of the river. It's so big. And it's described that when sometimes the waves of that river they clash with the waves of the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. And it's so loud you can hear it from like miles away. Clashing, the waves clashing together. So a lot of water is going into the ocean. Tons of water. And here we have the Mississippi River in America, Colorado River. Although there's so much water going into the ocean, it's steady. Similarly, so many desires may come, but a devotee is steady. A devotee is steady. He lets the material desires go. The spiritual desires we keep. We don't let those go. Just like we have this very important service of book distribution. So if you desire to distribute books, that's very auspicious. We keep those desires. You want to chant Hare Krishna, it's a very good desire. If you want to go out and engage in sensual activity, we don't want those desires, because that keeps us. That keeps us in the material world, keeps us bound to samsara, the cycle of birth and death. We want to get free of this. It's not natural. Prabhupada said that the soul is embarrassed to be in the material body. Why? Because the nature of the soul is three: eternality, knowledge, and bliss. This is the nature of the soul. But we're stuck in these bodies, which are temporary, right? They cause so much suffering, eternality, and they're temporary. They cause so much suffering, eternality, and there's so much ignorance. So much ignorance. So, by taking to Krishna consciousness, we reawaken these three natures of the soul. We become realized, become self-realized. I'm not the soul. I'm not this body. I'm the soul within. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has written many nice poems, and he says in this connection, he says, "The flesh is not my own, alas. The mortal frame a chain. The soul, confined for former wrong, should try to rise again. Why then this childish play in that which is not my own, which falls within 100 years, as if a rose is blown. So this is the nature of this body. It's gonna die. But we're not gonna die. We're gonna continue. And if we continue in a devotional attitude, serving Krishna, then we can go back home. That's the goal of the human form of life, is to remember who we are and go back home. This is not our home. We're all ETs. We don't belong here. We belong in the spiritual world. This is our real home. And therefore people are suffering in this world. It's not natural for us to be in this foreign, actually a foreign atmosphere for the soul. So continuing here. This means that one who is engaged in pure devotional service to the Supreme Lord is already in a state of liberation, called Brahmabhuta, oneness with the Absolute. Without being one with the Supreme, the Absolute, one cannot render service unto Him. In the Absolute conception, there is no difference between the served and the servitor, yet the distinction is there in a higher spiritual sense. In the material concept of life, when one works for sense gratification, there is misery. But in the absolute world, where one is engaged in pure devotional service, there is no misery. It's like in this world, there's these three types of misery. There's miseries coming from other living entities, animals, people. We get miseries coming from other living entities. And then there's miseries coming from nature. It's like it gets pretty hot here in Texas. Right? Fortunately, today we had some clouds, so it kind of cooled off a little bit. I was living in, I still do, I live in California. In Los Angeles, they had this earthquake, and I think it was in '93. And it's interesting that all the devotees had gone to the temple, 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. The curtains for the Gaur Nitai had just opened, and the curtains for Rukmini Draupadi's had just opened, and then we hear a lady screaming. We're like, why is she screaming? Because she saw the chandeliers moving. She was the first one to notice there's an earthquake. And then the whole floor just started. Anybody here ever been in an earthquake? Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the whole floor is shaking. And myself and some other devotees, we jumped on the altar to make sure the deities didn't move. That was my hand was next to Dwarkadis, just in case he didn't move. But devotees ran out of the temple room. It was very scary. I've seen many people. Hundreds of people died. So earthquakes. Many people, they left California. They never said, I'll never come back here again. There's you might have heard of this. There's some fear that California is going to go down in the ocean. Anybody ever heard that? Let's see. So there's miseries coming from nature, hurricanes. You have hurricanes here, right? Hurricanes come here. Tornadoes. Cold. Sometimes it gets very cold, very hot. So miseries come from nature. Miseries coming from other living entities. And then there's miseries coming from Adhyatmaka. Miseries from our body. Yeah. So many diseases. They don't know there's so many diseases. They don't know how many diseases there are. The diseases coming up. Also, I have this disease called eosinophilic esophagitis. Anybody heard of that one? It's some problem with the esophagus, but with diet I'm able to keep it under control. So many diseases. And old age. We don't want to get old. Anybody here want to get old? We don't want to get old. He wants to get old. Already old. You know, with us men, sometimes the hair comes off, falls off on the top, and sometimes the men, they like to grow it here, and then they cover it up. Yeah. And then the wind comes and whoosh, and then they see. Many of you probably don't have that. I have, at one point, my hair started growing out of my ears. I'm like, what is that? Why is there hair coming out of my ears? So I got to shave my ears. Girls are lucky, huh? And most men also don't. Yeah. But yeah, these bodies are unusual. When I first joined the movement, I was 22 years old, and my sika was where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be up here. Yeah. But as the years went on and on and on, my sika started sliding down. And now it's down here. I call it the senior citizen sika. So I'm losing my hair up here, so I'm going to have my sika down here. Of course, we don't mind losing the hair up here. It means we are less to shave. So we shave up. It's nice to have a clean head. So old age, disease, birth, we don't want these things, but they're forced upon us. But we can become free of all this. By taking to Krishna consciousness, we can go in our natural position in the spiritual world with Krishna. And the spiritual world, so nice. Nobody gets old. No disease. No anxiety. Vaikunta. No anxiety. No police. No schools. Everybody has full knowledge. And there's kapariksha trees. Whatever you want, you can have. There's these surabhi cows also from there. Anything you want. But what's most attractive? Anybody know? What is the most attractive thing of Goloka Vrindavan? Yes? Huh? Yes! Krishna is there. That makes it most attractive. Because Krishna, he's cool. He's wonderful. Everything about Krishna is wonderful. He's so attractive. It's described that there's 8 parts of Krishna's body that resemble a lotus flower. Does anybody know what they are? Eyes, yes, lotus eyes. There's 2. Feet, yes, lotus feet. There's 2 more. The hands, yes, lotus hands. 2 more. Huh? Hair? Did somebody say hair? Krishna has beautiful hair. He's known as Keshava, but that's not it. 2 more. Lips? Nope. Face. Who said face? Very good. 1 more. Navel, yes. Now it's not that Krishna's navel actually looks like a lotus or his hands actually look like a lotus. But the lotus flower is the most beautiful flower. And also they're so fragrant. Anybody here ever smell a lotus flower? They smell like candy. It's just like, it's just unbelievably sweet. It's amazing. So the lotus flower is the most fragrant, also the most beautiful. So that's why his face is compared to a lotus, his hands, his feet, like that. And there's 24.5 parts of Krishna's body that resemble a moon. Let's see how you do with that one. The moon. The face, yes, again, the face is so attractive, it also resembles a moon. The moon is so attractive. Huh? Shoulders? Huh? No. That's included in the face. Fingernails, there you go. You got 10 right there. Toenails, you got 10 more right there. That's 20 right there. And now there's just 3.5 more. The cheeks. Each cheek is resemble a moon, beautiful cheeks. So that's 23. 1.5 more. So also the sandalwood paste on his head resembles moon, and then the half is his forehead also. So he's very attractive. Therefore his name is Krishna. Very attractive. Inconceivably attractive. This is Krishna. So continuing with the purport. In the material concept of life, when one works for sense gratification, there is misery. But in the absolute world, when one is engaged in pure devotional service, there is no misery. The devotee in Krishna consciousness has nothing for which to. For one thing, what do we desire? What do we desire? Pure devotional service. This is the desire of a pure soul. Since God is full in a living entity who is engaged in God's service in Krishna consciousness becomes also full in himself. He is just like a river cleansed of all dirty water. Any of you ever seen a river that's very deep, let's say 10 feet deep, and it's completely pure water? It's amazing to see. I've seen in California, they have these rivers. I've seen it. It's transparent, completely pure water. It's so nice to see that. So a devotee is also transparent. There's nothing there but Krishna, like a pure river, just Krishna, pure, transparent. Because a pure devotee has no thought other than Krishna, he is naturally always joyful. He does not lament for any material loss or aspire for gain, because he is full in the service of the Lord. He has no desire for material enjoyment, because he knows that every living entity is a fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and therefore eternally a servant. He does not see in the material world someone as higher and someone as lower. Higher and lower positions are ephemeral. And a devotee has nothing to do with ephemeral appearances or disappearances. For him, stone and gold are of equal value. This is one Brahmabhuta stage. And this stage is attained very easily by the pure devotee. In that stage of existence, the idea of becoming one with the Supreme Brahman and annihilating one's individuality becomes hellish. The idea of attaining the heavenly kingdom becomes a phantasmagoria, and the senses are like serpents whose poisoned teeth are broken. As there is no fear of a serpent with broken teeth, there is no fear from the senses when they are automatically controlled. The world is miserable for the materially infected person, but for a devotee the entire world is as good as Vaikuntha, or the spiritual sky. The highest personality in this material universe is no more significant than an ant for a devotee. Such a stage can be achieved by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, who preached pure devotional service in this age. Om Jnana Tamarandasya Giranjana Salakaya Chakshuram Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Mukram Kotavachalam Pam Yat Kripataraham Vande Sigurum Dinataram Vanchikavati Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaisnavevyo Namo Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So in this verse, Krishna is explaining 4 things happen when we become self-realized. First, we become prasannatma. We become happy. Everybody wants to be happy. There was one interviewer was interviewing Prabhupada, and the person asked Prabhupada, "So, what is the goal of life?" He asked him. And Prabhupada said, "To be happy." But how to be happy? Some people think that they'll be happy by engaging in material activities. But no, they become frustrated. By material activities, one becomes frustrated. It doesn't satisfy the soul. The soul and matter are incompatible. Just like you try to put water and oil together, they're incompatible. So the soul and matter, incompatible. Just like if you bring a fish out of the ocean, and you give it a nice mansion, you let it have a nice mansion, you give it a new BMW car, is the fish going to be happy? No. When is it going to be happy? When it's put back into the ocean. So we'll be happy again when we're placed back into pure devotional service. You know, this is the nature of the soul. Just like now there's a presidential election happening in America. And the candidates are saying, "I'll be the best servant of this country, vote for me." Basically, they're saying. And the parents, they're serving the children. And the children, they're serving the parents. It's all, so much service is going on. This is the nature of the soul, to serve. But the best service we can do is service to Krishna. So we should hanker for pure service. This is good hankering. And Prabhupada actually said, lamentation is purification. If we lament, I'm not surrendered to Krishna. I'm still attracted to the illusions of this world. That's good lamentation. That's purifying lamentation. And we could hanker for service to Krishna, service to the devotees. We could hanker for purity. This is the satisfaction of the soul. So prasannatma, this is one thing that we achieve by becoming self-realized. We become satisfied. And by reading these books, actually just by reading the Bhagavad Gita, I became so satisfied, so happy by reading the Bhagavad Gita, reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Because it's pure knowledge. It's pure knowledge. And actually, Prabhupada says in one purport that you could read the Bhagavad Gita, you could read the Srimad Bhagavatam thousands of times. And each time you read it, you get new insight in the subject matter. It doesn't get old. Krishna was actually blessed, believe it or not. Krishna was blessed by someone that whatever he speaks will be ever fresh. Does anybody know who blessed him? He was blessed. May you, whatever you speak, be ever fresh. His spiritual master, Sandipani Muni, he blessed him. Of course, Krishna doesn't need any blessings, but he was blessed. Whatever you speak, may it be ever fresh. So that's the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad, ever fresh. And so many times you'll read it, but then you'll read it again and again, and then you'll see something, oh, I don't remember that. And you become inspired. So another thing that we achieve by becoming self-realized is we become free of lamenting, material lamentation. There's a lot of lamentation in the material world taking place. It's like a loved one may pass away, or divorce, or someone loses their job. So many reasons people lament. And people are hankering. What are people hankering for, mostly, in this world? Happiness? What else? Position, power, money. You know, a lot of people are hankering for money. Because they think, if I have money, then I can get so many things. You know? Money is the honey. Previously, like let's say 100 years ago, 200 years ago, people used to love people and use things. Now more and more people are loving things and using people. Just like these devices we have, you know, these phones and iPads, and they become practically another part of our body, another limb. You know, anybody have the experience where you almost lost your iPhone or your phone, your smartphone? Anybody have the experience where you thought you lost it? Such anxiety. Oh my God, where's my phone? A lot of anxiety. It's become a part of us, unfortunately. Love those phones, right? Everything is there. But no, not everything. Of course, actually, we even have Prabhupada's books on the phones. So we connect with Krishna on the phones. But people have become enamored so much by these devices. Like when I was growing up, all the children, we used to play in the parks. We'd play, you know, baseball and football and play in the parks. But now you go to the parks, there's no children. What are the children doing? They're on their devices, you know, iPads, iPhones. Yeah. Not healthy, actually. So that's another one. Become free of hankering and lamenting. Another one is one becomes equally disposed towards everyone. See everyone as a soul. Wouldn't that be nice to see everybody as a soul? Vidya vinaya sampane brahmane gavihastani suni chaiva spakrita pandita samadarshana. That the Brahmana sees with equal vision, or the sages, the humble sages see with equal vision, the Brahmanas, the cow, the elephant, the dog eater. Because he sees there's a soul there. He sees everybody is a spirit soul, part of Krishna. So how to see like this? By taking to Krishna consciousness very seriously. By hearing and by chanting. This Hare Krishna mantra, it's a very powerful process of purification. Kaler doshanid he rajan asti he kamahadyan. Kirtana deva Krishna shamukta sangha parambaja. That in this age of Kali, the process for purification is this chanting. And there's many faults in this age. Wherever you look, there's so many faults. You know, the leaders throughout the world, they don't know how to lead the people. They don't know. But they're trying to be leaders. But they're misleaders. They don't know how to lead the people. Kings such as Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhisthira Maharaj, they knew how to lead the people. Yeah. But now people don't know. But although there's so much fault in this age, the one good quality of this age is that simply by chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. One can become completely purified and develop one's love for Krishna. This is the power of this mantra. I'll tell you a little pastime of Prabhupada in this regard. in New York City, there was a devotee named Brahmatirtha. Some of you may have heard of him. You might have heard this book, Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers. He was the person that Prabhupada was speaking to have that book. So Brahmatirtha was living in New York City, and Prabhupada was there and lived at the temple. And Brahmatirtha had a wife named Barbara. And Brahmatirtha was initiated by Prabhupada, chanting 16 rounds a day. A wonderful devotee. He lives in Florida now. Still, very wonderful, wonderful devotee. But his wife was just, this is all new to her. Brahmatirtha had come from India, and while in India he had met Prabhupada, and she was still in America. So he came back to America, and he was a full-on Hare Krishna. And they're of Jewish background. So this was all very foreign to her. So she would go to the temple, and the devotees would say, Hare Krishna, Barbara. And she would never say Hare Krishna. They were trying to get her to say Hare Krishna. And she was adamant she would not say Hare Krishna. But then Brahmatirtha invited her to see Prabhupada. So there's a number of devotees in the room there, and Prabhupada's preaching the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada's very expert preacher, and she was amazed at his knowledge and his purity. And when people were leaving, everybody was leaving, and she wanted to be the last one out. After everybody left, she was the last one. And there was Prabhupada there and Prabhupada's servant. And Prabhupada didn't know that she wouldn't say Hare Krishna. But before she left the room, she said, Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada said, Haribo! He was very happy. I guess he, some spiritual understanding that she wouldn't chant, but then she chanted. And now she's Bhakti Devi Dasi. She got initiated by Prabhupada also. Wonderful devotee family. So yeah, this is the process in this age for purification. To be pure in this age is the greatest challenge any of us will face is to be pure. It's like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he says, Mana prasadak saumyadvam, maunam atma vinigraha, bhava sangsa itita, tapomana sambushite. He says there's 5 austerities of the mind. 5 austerities of the mind. The first austerity of the mind is to be satisfied, serving Krishna. Not allured by all the attractions of this world, but be satisfied, serving Krishna. Monam. Monam means gravity. He's grave, serious. Atma vinigraha means he controls. He can control the mind. The mind is very flickering. Some of you may have noticed when you chant japa. How many of you chant japa daily? Oh, very good. So you know, it's not easy to control the mind. But Krishna says, from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must control it. One must make the mind steady. You have to control the mind. Bring it back. Wherever it wanders, bring it back. Like one devotee gave a nice example. You know, the airplanes, when they go on long flights, let's say from Dallas to Europe, they have a flight path. And the flight, the plane goes off. 70% of the time, the plane is off the flight path because the wind comes and throws it off and it has to go back to bring it back. So the mind is like that. The mind is you're trying to chant your japa and it goes off, thinking of something. You got to bring it back. Bring it back. Got to bring it back. Wherever it goes, got to bring it back. Keep bringing it back. You got to focus. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. However, those who are not on this path, the intelligence of those who are not on this path is many branched. You have to keep on bringing it back. Prabhupada was very inspired by this verse. Just keep focused on the goal. The goal is service to Krishna, pure service to Krishna. So wherever the mind, you got to keep on bringing it back. Keep on bringing it back. It'll go all over the place. You got to keep on bringing it back. So how do we do that? The mind has to be lower than the intelligence. We nurture the intelligence by reading Prabhupada's books. And that keeps the mind down. That keeps the mind down. These books are so amazing. They nurture our intelligence so that we know what is right, what is wrong. What does intelligence mean? Prabhupada says intelligence means seeing things in their proper perspective. What is matter, what is spirit, and who the controller of both is. That's intelligence. Yeah. So by hearing regularly, we were able to understand this. And then we could keep the mind down. Because the mind, Prabhupada was in France. And he was preaching the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And then he asked the devotees, so, what is the difficulty? What is the trouble? It's the mind. The mind is the problem. So, this process is so nice, though. It purifies the mind. So then, the next one, Manaprasadak Saumyadan Maunam Atma Vinigra Baba Sansara Ityeta Taposanavamana. So the next one, the most difficult thing is to have a pure mind. Very difficult. Imagine having a pure mind. What does it mean, a pure mind? Thinking of Krishna. Always thinking of Krishna. Wouldn't it be nice? Always thinking of Krishna. Always thinking how to please Krishna. Now that's the austerity of the mind. There's also the austerity of the body. There's three. There's austerity of the body, there's the austerities of the speech, and there's the austerity of the mind. The easiest one is the austerities of the body. Then it gets more difficult. The most difficult is austerity of the mind. So the austerities of the body, Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Sochamevacha Brahmacharyam Ahimsacha Sarira Tapa Uchyate. This is the austerity of the body. The austerity of the body, the first one is to offer respects to Krishna. Worship Krishna. Please Krishna. Worship Krishna. Deva Dvija, to worship the Brahmanas. To please the Brahmanas. Deva Dvija Guru, to worship the Guru. To please the Guru. And Deva Dvija Guru Pragya, and to worship the seniors. And Prabhupada mentions there the father and mother, senior people, worship them, please the parents. And therefore in India, I'm always amazed, there's so much affection for the parents. Here in America, very little affection. Very little affection. I met one Indian man in I think it was in California. And there's three of us visiting this gentleman, and the wife was acting very unusual. Very unusual. And we thought maybe we had offended her or something. And so we brought the man to the side and said, did we offend your wife in any way? He said, no. She's just a little crazy. She's not mentally right. And we asked her, but you've been married for so long, how? He said, well, I didn't want to disturb my parents. They arranged the marriage and I didn't want to disturb them. Imagine, such devotion for the parents. He's living with a crazy person, but he didn't want to divorce because it would disturb the parents. Yeah. Amazing. I was like, wow, that's deep. Yeah. So Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Socham, to be clean inside and out, another austerity of the body. Of course, the most difficult is to be clean inside. To clean the body is not so difficult, but to clean the heart, to clean the soul, that's more difficult. Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Socham Arjavam, to live a simple life. Another austerity of the body. What is our motto in Krishna consciousness? Is simple living, high thinking. Yeah, we live a simple life. Like when I first joined the temple in Miami, my bed was a sheet. It's a bed sheet. And no pillow. We were poor, and we had one shower. There was 30 devotees, and we had one shower. 30-second shower. 30 seconds. So that was real simple living, yeah. And high thinking. So many nice devotees in Miami Temple. So simple living. So Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Socham Arjavam, Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, that's an austerity. Brahmacharya, like Bhishma was named Bhishma because he took that vow. He took a vow that he would never marry to please his father. His father wanted to marry, what was the name? Saraswati, I think. And the father wouldn't, Satyavati, yeah, Satyavati. His father wanted to marry this lady, and the father wouldn't allow it because the Bhishma, he would be the king. And somehow this person wanted his grandson to be the king. Yes. Wouldn't allow it. So Bhishma went to him and said, okay, don't worry. I won't take the throne. It's okay. But your son will take the throne. And then he said, all right, then I won't marry. And then an unembodied voice said, your name is Bhishma. Anybody know what it means? It means horrible vow. Because that's the heavenly pleasure in the material world. So that's an austerity of the body. But Visaya vanivartante naraha rashadehi. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense gratification, though the taste for the sense object still remains, but experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. So if we get a higher taste in the service of Krishna, then no problem. No problem. So that's what we should hanker for. You know? Higher taste in service to Krishna. So many devotees have given up so much material activity because of getting the higher taste. Just like there's a devotee, Rupa Goswami, very, very great Vaishnava. He says, I do not know how much nectar there is in the two syllables, Krishna. When I chant the names of Krishna, I desire to have many millions of ears to hear the holy name and millions of tongues to chant the holy name. And when the holy name enters into the courtyard of my heart, it stops all the activities of my mind, and I experience so much happiness. So this is the holy name. If we get a taste for chanting the holy name, then nothing in this world will appear attractive anymore, because the holy name, very, very, very attractive. So then there's so those are the 5 austerities. Should I continue on with the austerities of the speech, and then we'll ask if there's any questions. Anudvegam karang vakyam satyam priyam hitangchyat swadhyad yasanam chavavanmayam tupauchyate. The austerity of speech, to speak that which is not agitating to others. We should not speak that which will disturb others. We should be thinking of how to please others. Please Krishna, how to please the devotees. Always be thinking how to please others. Anudvegam karang vakyam satyam, to speak that which is truthful. Satyam priyam, to speak that which is pleasing. Satyam priyam, hitanchya means speaking that which is beneficial. Truthful, pleasing, beneficial. And then also repeating the Vedic literatures, repeating the words that are found in the Vedas. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine if everybody in the world followed that. Never speaking anything which is agitating, which is disturbing to others, speaking that which is truthful, speaking that which is beneficial, speaking Satyam Priyam, which is pleasing, and repeating the Vedic literatures. Boy, it'd be a much more pleasing world, huh? It'd be a beautiful world. So this is what Krishna's given. If we just follow, very auspicious. So, I'll stop there. Is there any question or comment? Yes. We have a microphone for you.
So you said that speaking truth and be pleasing at the same time can be conflicting as well.
Yes, that question always comes up when this verse comes up. Yes, so you have to speak in such a way. See, there's an art to speaking. To speak the truth in a pleasing way and beneficial is an art, and that one learns. And Prabhupada was the best. He was the best. He knew how to establish the truth in a pleasing way and what's beneficial. Thank you. Very good question.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a question or a reflection or a comment? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you speak, I wanted to ask, when you speak, in school we're taught some think frameworks. Is it kind of like that?
Okay,
is it
speak a
fruitful?
little.
I
didn't hear the.
So in school we're taught you should think before you speak. Is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? So is it kind of like that?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's a wonderful lecture. Thank you for enlightening us. We are moving on to the next part of program, Kirtan. Please rise at your places. We'll be doing Arati.
Swami iti namine. So you're gonna have to hold this for me. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesa Sunyavani Paschatyan Deshetarine. You gotta hold it like this. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. No, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Ba, Hare Ba, Hare Ba, Hare Ba. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Go, Premanandi. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Prabhupada Asati Asati Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace to the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Gaudiya Vaishnava Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prem Sikha Hoshri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopya Shamakum Radhakum Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadam Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Go Premanandi. All glorious summer devotees. All glorious summer devotees. All glorious summer devotees. All glorious Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. She's going to check.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Daine. Prahlad Lad Daine. Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito narsimho parato narsimho. Yato yato yami tato narsimho. Yato yato yami tato narsimha. Pahe narsimho hridaye narsimho. बाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरेराकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे करकमलवरेराका अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश तव करकमलवरेराकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरेराका अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
Hare Krishna devotees. This week announcements. We have 3 Sunday Fish sponsors. Harinama Amrita Prabhu on the occasion of his birthday. Nick Prabhu and Mariel Mataji on the occasion of Mariel Mataji's birthday. Amit Prabhu and Amrita Mataji on the occasion of Adir's birthday. For their benefit, we'll chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today we witnessed a wonderful lecture by His Grace Vijaya Prabhu, and Prabhu is giving one more class tomorrow at the temple from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please make sure to attend this class and get close association of Prabhu. And Ekadasi fasting is going to be on Wednesday, July 17th. If possible, please try to fast from the grains and beans on that day. We had following birthdays in the last week: Mariel Mataji, Harinam Amrita Prabhu, Karthik, Sweta Mataji and Nitesh Prabhu's son, Ram Tirtha Prabhu, Adir, Amrita Mataji and Amit Prabhu's son. Let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for their benefit. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I would like to request Satyasara Prabhu to sing Hare Krishna birthday song for them.
Hare Krishna. Karthik, come on up. Karthik, one time. Karthik is coming. Mariel Mataji, please come to our stage. And Harinamurtha Prabhu, please come. Hadir is here. Hadir is not here. The youngest devotee. One of the youngest devotees. Now we have many youngest devotees. So Hadir is not here, but we are going to sing for him. So these wonderful devotees celebrated their birthday last week. So we are going to celebrate today in front of our beautiful deities. And we're going to sing for them together. Okay. Before yesterday is somebody's birthday. Please come on up. Danya, right? Danya, please come. So we're going to sing for Danya also. So, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Harinamurtha Prabhu, Karthik, Danya and Mariel Mataji and Adir. Hare Krishna to you, Radha Gopinath bless you, Radha Gopinath bless you, Radha Gopinath bless you. Hare Krishna to you, may you never take birth again, may you never take birth again, may you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you. Okay, it's our tradition to speak about all this wonderful Vaishnava and Vaishnavis who are celebrating birthday. Yes, Prabhu? Oh, sure. So we'll Prabhu's order, start with the young one. Yes. So Danya is, I think, first time to our temple, Danya? Wonderful. She's such a nice girl. Her parents are very pious and they've been supporting our temple for a couple of years now. So they're going to also have an event in our temple. So thank you very much, Prabhu and Mataji, for being here. And Danya, happy birthday to you. You want to make a wish?
I wish that everyone here, including me, we always stay with God because ever since I was really young, God has always helped me with everything. So I was always very happy to visit the temple, and I just visited yesterday. So
Wow, big round of applause for her. Huh? Thank you, Danya. Prabhuji, who is next? Karthik? Okay, let me say a little bit about Karthik. So Karthik is a very, teen member of our congregation. He has been with the temple for many years. Even a small boy. He used to ask a lot of questions in the classes. Now he's a wonderful devotee. He's doing a lot of service. He's making a temple website, and especially the construction update part of the website. Karthik, along with his father and the team members, they are building a beautiful website for us, construction website. Thank you, Karthik. He is also a wonderful videographer. He makes videos of all our events, and he edits them and makes it very, very professional looking. He's a multi-talented young Vaishnava. Happy birthday, Karthik.
Thank you, Prabhu.
You want to say some few words?
Thank you so much for your wonderful wishes and blessings. Thank you so much, Jai Subhadra Mataji and Satyasara Prabhu, for celebrating my birthday at the temple. And please keep me in your prayers. I want to progress more in Krishna consciousness, and I also want a bigger temple.
Jai.
So let's unite, work together to make a bigger temple for Krishna. Hare Bol.
That's your wish?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Marial Mataji. So a little bit about Marial Mataji. She is a great example Vaishnavi for our temple. She born and raised in Mexico. She took up bhakti within no time, and she advanced so quickly. And you can clearly see that what Shastra says is true. This is from a previous life. She practiced bhakti in the previous life, and this life she is continuing. And a great example, and she, along with Nick Prabhu, they do Western outreach program for our temple. So preaching to Westerners. And she's also putting together a big event in our temple for just Westerners. Actually, it's about the health. She's a nutritionist by profession. If you have any questions about nutrition, please check with her. She knows the Vaishnava principles. She can advise you accordingly. And such a wonderful Vaishnavi. Thank you, Mataji, for everything you do. And you are a great example for all of us. Speech.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I have nothing to ask. I'm so grateful that Krishna arranged for me to be near his devotees and to know him. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. I just wish that every kid can be born in a Krishna conscious family.
Wow. Jai, big round of applause.
Speak Spanish? Okay. Okay. Muchas gracias, Krishna, por tenerme cerca de tu casa y solo espero siempre poder servirte. Haribol.
Jai, understood. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Let me say a few words about you.
Few words only.
May I? Oh. So he is a senior most member of our congregation, such a wonderful Vaishnava. And Prabhu and Mataji, Sugopi Mataji is not with us. She went back to Krishna a few years ago. And Shri Radha and Krishna are beautiful deities. That's their deities originally. They worshipped for many years at their house. And they asked us to take care of the deities. So you need to have a big heart to do that. So thank you, Prabhu. Not only that, and both served our temple tremendously from the inception. He has a big support for me personally. Since 2012, we are connected. Has such a very good bonding with Prabhu and Mataji. And till now, he is always there to support our temple. He wanted to do some physical service, but I'm not allowing him to do it. So he does financial support to the temple. Any festival, anything, he's the first one to give me a check. Prabhuji, this is a check for the festival, like that. He has a big heart, Vaishnava heart. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for everything you do.
Hare Krishna, everybody. It's not that these devotees belongs to us. We belong to the devotees. And wherever devotees wants to go, we have to let them go. Because they want to have all this congregation so that they can bless you all. And because of you are so blessed, my desire is that you all become like a leaders of the nation, of everybody, of the humanity. Why? Because Krishna conscious people are very few, not very many. So if you can take this Vani of Krishna and present it to somebody else, give it to else, that would be the blessing. That would be a blessing not only for you, but you'll be helping the whole world along with that one. So please do not forget that one and take this message and distribute it. One more thing, today I wanted to, sorry to say, wear a dhoti, but because I don't know how to wear a dhoti, I've forgotten. So instead, I remember, my wife who passed away a few years ago, she gave me this pant as a birthday present. So I remember that one, and that's what I'm wearing it. And also one more thing, Prabhuji, Rasbihari Prabhuji, he wanted me to live for 100 years. Wow, 100 years? Would I be able to survive 100 years? With all your blessings, maybe perhaps yes. Maybe perhaps yes. However, to do that one, I need the support of Prabhuji, Mataji, everybody's, and also the mercy of the Radha and Krishna. With the Radha and Krishna's mercy, I would be able to serve them and serve all the devotees, senior devotees. So with that blessings, I thank you all very much. Please do not forget, my request is that please take this word of Krishna and spread it. My humble request to you, my Janma Pranam to you all.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So you all can take your seats. So now the youngest member of our congregation has arrived, Adir. So we are going to make a small exception here. We are going to sing for him. What is 3 years old or how? 2 years, please come. This part we have not cut. So, see Adir's name is, you can cut this. Yeah. You're sleepy? Okay, let's quickly sing. Okay? Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Adi, Hare Krishna to you, Radha Gopinath bless you, Radha Gopinath bless you, Radha Gopinath bless you, Hare Krishna to you, may you never take birth again, may you never take birth again, may you never take birth again, Hare Krishna to you. Jai. I'll give him a cream while he's sleeping. After he wakes up, we'll be surprised. How come I'm experiencing a small speech?
Hare Krishna, everybody. As you can see, Adir is severely jet lagged. But thank you all for your love and blessings and helping bestow Krishna's mercy on him. In our house, he serves the role of the priest. Every evening, 7 p.m., he makes sure that we go into the temple room and do the Arati. He himself takes the kartal and makes sure that he adds music to our evening Aratis. And all that is possible because of the association that he sees here, gets here, and he carries that forward. So again, thank you so much for your love and blessings, and we pray to Krishna to have this mercy on us all the time. Thank you.
We're already delayed. Any first timers are here? First time to this Sunday Fish program? Hare Krishna. Any other? Prabhu, I'll see you while we are having prasadam. Okay. All first timers will get a gift from temple. I'll give to you, and we'll have prasadam prayers by Samanvita.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Swalpa punyavatam rajan Vishwasana vijayate Sharira vidya jal Jodendriya tahekal Jibe phale vishaya sagare Taramatya jivaiti Lobo mohi sudharmati Take jita katina samsare Krishna bada doya moy Kori bada jihva joy Swaprasadana dilo bhai Sayanamritapa Shri Radha Krishna Gunaga Premeda ko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Jani Mai Jani Tai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mahaprasadam ki.
Thank you, Samanvita. Devotees, please form a line here. All senior citizens, devotees, first in the line, followed by kids, Matajis, and Prabhus. Take blessings from, we have a Satukupam here, and that line leads to Prashadam. Hare Krishna.